चमक जग सारा चमक गुरु के चरणों में सारा संसार, शिव की महिमा जग का आधार। पुकारे मन से भक्ति की धारा, नित्यानंद के संग सत्य का सहारा। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हर पल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल। मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। पुराणों की कथाएं हर श्लोक में प्रकाश, शिव का तांडव ब्रह्मांड का वास। गंगा की धारा गुरु का उपदेश, नित्यानंद का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर महादेव गूंजे गगन, शिव की शक्ति अद्भुत है अगन। भक्ति का सागर लहरों का नाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद। गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हर पल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल। मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। पुराणों की कथाएं हर श्लोक में प्रकाश, शिव का तांडव ब्रह्मांड वास। गंगा की धारा गुरु का उपदेश, नित्यानंद का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर हर महादेव गूंजे ये गगन, शिव की शक्ति अद्भुत है अगन। भक्ति का सागर लहरों का नाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद।
Nithyanandam, and welcome to all those of you who are joining us for this live Nithyananda Yoga session. Do come and get settled down. As we start with chanting the Sadguru Vandanam, invoking the presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, to manifest through each and every one of us as we do Nithyananda Yoga today. Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatītam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadi Lakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhodam Bhavatītam Triguna-rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. The next is the chanting of the Shiva Mula mantra, the invocation of the presence of Paramashiva to manifest through each and every one of us today. So request all of you to sit straight and chant the Shiva Mula mantra only internally, not externally. Because this mantra is where you make Paramashiva manifest here. Beautifully Swamiji says, right? Yoga is not about you becoming divine. It's not about man, human, trying to work towards becoming divine. But it is about the divine flooding and manifesting through the human body. When we do yoga, Paramashiva manifests through us. It is not us trying to reach Paramashiva. So when we chant that Shiva Mula mantra, we create that intense energy to manifest the space of Paramashiva. Chant it only within your inner space without verbalizing it. We will be chanting it loudly so that it's easy for you to follow along. We'll be doing the japa 11 times.
Om Ham Ham Shivaya Namaha. Om Ham Shivaya Namaha. Om Ham Shivaya Namaha. Om Ham नमः ॐ हं शिवाय 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 नमः
The next step of Nithyananda Yoga is the Tattvachmanam, the ritualistic cleansing of the body and mind to become a pure vessel, to prepare this physical vessel to receive Paramashiva's energy. For the Tattvachmanam, you will need the Panchapatram and Uddharani, the traditional cup and spoon filled with fresh water. Take your right hand and place it in the Gokarna Mudra, bending the right finger, the index finger, and slightly cupping your palm. Take one Uddharani of water, put it in the center of your palm. Sip the water that flows through the base of your palm at the end of each of the following mantras. Om Atma Tattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Vidya Tattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Shiva Tattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Wash your hand with the water from the Panchapatram. With the base of the right hand thumb, wipe your upper and lower lip from right to left along with the following mantra. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Wash your hand. With the tip of the index, middle and ring fingers joined together, touch above your upper lip and below your lower lip. Again, wash your hand. With the tips of the right hand thumb and index finger joined together, touch your right nostril, left nostril. With the tips of the right hand thumb and ring finger joined together, touch your right eye, right ear, and left ear. Again, wash your hands. With the base of the right hand thumb and middle finger joined together, touch your navel center, right chest, left chest. And with all the fingers of your right hand joined together, touch the top of your head, right shoulder, left shoulder, and your heart center. The next step of Nithyananda Yoga that we're going to be doing is the Sankalpa, the creation of the conscious cosmic intention to manifest what it is you want during yoga today. Understand, Swamiji says that with what context you move your body, that is what manifests. So when you hold the context inside of physical health, when you do yoga, physical health will manifest. But when you hold that context to manifest your ultimate space, your Paramashivatva, your ultimate energy, then that will simply manifest as you do Nithyananda Yoga today. So now let's start with chanting the Sankalpa. Hold your conscious intention in your inner space. Place your right hand over your left, clasping your palms together. And place them both on the right thigh. Sit straight, close your eyes as we chant the Sankalpa mantra.
ॐ ममोपात्र समस्त दुरितक्षयद्वारा भगवच्छ्री नित्यानन्द परमशिव प्रीत्यर्थं श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिव प्रीत्यर्थं च शुभे शोभने मुहूर्ते अद्य ब्रह्मणः द्वितीयपरार्धे श्री श्वेतवराह कल्पे वैवस्वतमन्वन्तरे अष्टाविंशतितमे नित्ययुगे प्रथमे पादे जम्बूद्वीपे भारतवर्षे भरतखण्डे मेरोः दक्षिणे पार्श्वे शकाब्धे अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यवहारिके प्रभवादीनां षष्ट्याः संवत्सराणां मध्ये विश्वावसुनाम संवत्सरे दक्षिणायने श्रीलक्ष्मी वेंकटेश्वर ऋतौ शुभमासे शुभपक्षे शुभतिथौ शुभवासरयुक्तायां शुभनक्षत्र शुभयोग शुभकर्ण एवं गुणविशेषविशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभतिथौ श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षीसुन्दरेश्वरभिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्ररत्नकुमार गुरुवन्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वतीस्थन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञानविश्रुत सकलनिगमगमसारभूत द्राविडवेदप्रवक्तृ श्रीमत्परमशिवकरुणासमधिगतमुक्तामयचतुरश्रयान् जीयमानछत्रचामर श्रीचन्द्रकाहलादिसमस्तवरदवल्लभकृत ज्ञानविज्ञानचक्रवर्ती सर्वजनसङ्गसत्यो निर्वाणदीक्षापवर्गवर्षमिश्राण जीवोत धर्मतकलभकेसरी शैवसिद्धान्तस्थापनाचार्य श्रीराजाधिराजपाण्डिमहाराज गुरु
शैव समय कर्तृ
श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धदेशिकस्वामि वागीशसुन्दरमाणिक्यवाचकस्वामिनाम् अवतारभूत श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धस्वामि पुरमुद्धृत श्यामलापीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ प्रणवद्युत्तरद्विशततमगुरुमहासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परम्परागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञपीठ गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तरद्विशततमगुरुमहासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्यमङ्गल नित्यकल्याण नित्यरचित कैलास परम्परागत आदिकैलास नित्यानन्दपीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासनपीठ कर्तृ साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परम्परागत वैवस्वतमनुक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चन्द्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचन्द्रशूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परम्परागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी वन्दित पीठ अष्टोत्तरसहस्रतम अष्टोत्तरसहस्र धर्म श्रीमद्निष्ठा भगवान् श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिव श्री ज्ञानसम्बन्धदेशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिनां प्रीत्यर्थं तेषां पादारविन्दयोः भक्तिसिद्ध्यर्थं गुरुकृपाकटाक्षसिद्ध्यर्थं क्षेमस्थैर्यवीर्यविजयायुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्याणाम् अभिवृद्ध्यर्थं धर्मार्थकाममोक्षचतुर्विधफलपुरुषार्थसिद्ध्यर्थं तम समस्तद्वैतोपशान्त्यर्थं समस्तमङ्गलाप्त्यर्थं भगवच्छ्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवप्रसादेन सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञानवैराग्यजीवन्मुक्तिप्राप्त्यर्थं पूर्ण आरोग्ययुक्त दृढगात्र यौगिकशरीरसिद्ध्यर्थं परमशिवशक्त्याविष्करणार्थं नित्यानन्द योगाभ्यासं करिष्ये. Now wash your hand, put the water from the Panchapatram. Om Apaupaspishya. You can place your Panchapatram in a dharani, bit far away from you so that it doesn't disturb you as we get into Nithyananda Yoga today. Let's start with some warm-ups to loosen up all our limbs, ready to move into our asanas for the day.
So start to rotate your ankles in a circular motion, giving it a nice stretch. Giving your ankles a nice stretch. Rotate it deeply and wide, feeling it. And in the opposite direction. Now, flex your toes backward and then point them. Flex your toes backwards and point. Flex them and point. Perfect. With that, let's move on to our knees. So come up to a standing position, bring your hands to your knees and start to rotate your knees in a circular motion, giving it a wide stretch. Feel those knees loosening up. Just loosening up all our joints. In the opposite direction. Perfect. Come back up to a standing position. Bring your hands to your hips. And start to rotate your hips in a deep circular motion. Feeling the stretch in the thighs. Give yourself a nice rotation here. Perfect. Next, coming down, start to twist your torso from side to side, giving yourself a nice stretch, chest, in your shoulders, in your arms. Just move from side to side. Push yourself, feeling a wide stretch. And then relax. Bring your hands to your shoulders and start to rotate your shoulders, opening them up wide, feeling the stretch, or loosening all the joints. In the opposite direction as well. And coming to our neck, start to rotate your neck in the opening it up, stretching it in all directions. And in the opposite direction. Yes. So with that, let's enter now into our first asana for the day, which is Hodhyasana. Hodhyasana is going to be a beautiful core strength and balance exercise. And we'll start off by showing you how to do Hodhyasana. So, how the way Hodhyasana looks. Hodhyasana is where you will be coming to a seated position on your hips and lifting your legs up as straight as you can. You can try to bring your forehead to your knees, your hands towards the back of your shins. So let's now get into mastering this asana. We will start with opening up our hips a bit because in Hodhyasana, to bring your knees towards your head is where the catch is. So start off in Ardha Paschimottanasana, bringing one foot to your perineum with the other foot extended out straight. And start to lean forward and down towards your toes. Trying to go further down, trying to open those muscles. Requesting all those of you who are watching in the live chat section, you can post how much are you able to reach for your toes? How close are you getting? Are you able to touch your toes? Okay, this is number 1, if you're able to touch your toes. Number 2 is if you're almost able to touch your toes, and number 3 is if you're a bit farther away still. So post the number in the live chat. How close are you able to get to your toes? The way you will do this is, do not hunch your back. So when you hunch your back, you'll automatically see that it becomes more difficult. Try to straighten your back and push from your hip forward. Try to come from the hip area. So as you can see here, when we are bending down, you are not going to be bending down by hunching your back and trying to lower yourself down. That will only cause a strain in the neck and in the back. What you're going to do is, you're going to lean forward and down, bending at the hip level, and then reach for your toes. When you do this, you will see the stretch becomes much deeper. Bend at the hip level and try to reach for the toes. You may start off with only being able to reach your knees. Even here, start to move lower and lower. Try to keep going lower and lower until you can touch, initially starting off by just touching your toes. Now over here, hold it. Take some time to hold in this position, just at this level of you touching your toes. So now some of you who may feel that you can already do this asana, actually you will find that this asana, even though you can already do it, every single day, the need to stretch is there. The need to go deeper into the asana is there. And it will take a progression to even get into that, even though you can already do it. That is because overnight your muscles become rigid. They go to sleep, right? We go to sleep, and overnight our legs become our entire body becomes very stiff. And that is why every morning, even though we would have been perfectly fine being able to do the asanas the previous day, the next day we will again find the stiffness in the muscles. So you need to stretch, even if you can already do it. Even if you feel that this asana is easy for you, the need to stretch is there. So lean down is first, touch for your toes, reach for your toes. And now hold it here for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nitya Paramashivam. Om Nitya Paramashivam. Om Nitya Paramashivam. Slowly relax now. Take a few seconds. Now you're going to be working on going deeper. So now reach for your toes, and from here you're going to try to lower from the hips your elbows to the ground. So now you're going to try to bring your elbows to the ground. You can see here how the hands are on the toes, but the elbows are on the ground. Now to do this again, you will need to keep a very straight back. If you try to bend your back and bring your elbows to the ground, it will only hurt And you may be able to bring your elbows, but the toes will not be reaching your hands. Your hands will not be reaching your toes. So keeping your back straight, lean forward and down. First, coming to a position where you feel the stretch. So the place where you will exactly be feeling the stretch is in your under your knees and in your hamstrings area. So this area is the exact area you will be feeling the stretch. Focus on that. You should not be feeling the stretch in your back, in your neck, or in your hips. The main stretch where you will feel is in your hamstrings. Feel it there and feel yourself lowering deeper and deeper towards your knee till you come to a space till you bring your forearms on the ground, your elbows on the ground, and your head to your knees. Coming lower and lower, what you can do is you can take the help of someone to hold on to your hands and help you pull lower. So in a rocking motion, help you come lower and lower towards the ground. You can also take the support of a rod or some kind of chair, a support in front of you to pull yourself down. So do this for a few more minutes. And you'll see it becomes much easier to do it when you have the support. Now let's repeat Mahamudrasana on the other side. Bringing your right leg in and spreading your left leg out. From here again, reach for just the toes. Try to reach for just your toes and hold it here. This is always the first step, reaching for your toes. Now remember, one important thing is your knee should be straight at all times. So this knee especially should not raise up off the ground. You should try to keep it straight at all times as the first priority. So whether you're able to reach for your legs, you're able to bring your elbows to the ground, that's all secondary. The first important priority is your knee should not raise up off the ground. So from here, reach for your toe. Hold on to your toe. And let's hold it for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas here. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. And now from here you can go deeper. So one more way that you can get help to do this asana is to have the partner push down on your back. You can request them. Now when they're pushing on your back, remember they should not be pushing on your upper back, but they should be pushing it on your lower back, pushing you towards the ground. So this will really help you get a deep stretch. Pushing it towards the ground by pressing on the lower back. This will really help you. For those of you who find that you're struggling too much with doing this asana, ask help from someone to push your lower back. That is where you will go lower. And let's hold it here now for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. And slowly relax. For the next step, we're going to be doing this with both legs extended forward. Since in Pradhyasana, you're going to have to bring your forehead to both your knees. So stretch both your legs forward. Now coming into Paschimottanasana. Again, the process is the same. Start by holding on to your toes. Just bringing your hands to your toes as much as you can. Leaning forward, folding from the hip and trying to hold on to your toes. Again, remember at any cost, do not lift your knees off the ground. Make sure your Knees are completely flat. And let's move step by step from our toes. Holding here for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. And from here, trying to go deeper and deeper. Once you've brought your hands to your toes, the next step is to work on bringing your elbows to the ground. But remember your torso first. So as you're leaning down, you're not going to try to bend your back and lean down, but you're going to try to bend from the hip, which is what will increase that stretch and make you master this asana. So feel it in your hip. When you're doing it, it should be your navel center that reaches your thighs first. That is how you should be seeing it happening. Holding on to your toes continuously. Do not release your toes. Try to just lower down, bringing your elbows to the ground. Again, you can take the help of a partner or a structure in front of you to help pull you forward. Take a few seconds break and then again going forward and down. And you'll see how this will help you go deeper into the asana. Also, take the support for someone to help push your lower back, which is the main key that will help you a lot, pushing on the lower back. So remember, not pushing on the upper back or the mid back, but on the lower back, the place just above the hips. So reaching for your toes now, let us hold wherever you are at. So let's say you're only able to reach for your toes. You're only able to bring yourself halfway through. Hold it that. Take 1 inch deeper and let's hold it for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. And relax. Now we are ready to do Dhodyasana. In Dhodyasana, you're going to be getting the same type of stretch but with a balance. So we're going to take a few minutes to master the balancing aspect of Dhodyasana. First, come to a seated position. And from a seated position, try to bring your feet slightly above the ground. So you're going to bring your feet above the ground with your knees together. And you're going to try to balance here first. So you can also see it from a side angle to get a good idea of how to do this. Bring your hands by the side of your legs and just lift your feet off the ground. First lifting your feet off the ground and then releasing your hands as well, bringing them straight in front. So here you will see the core engaging and the balance happening. Try to hold this now. Wherever you're able to, hold it for the chant of 5 Mahavakyas. Take a break for a second first. And then lifting off the ground, you have to be able to balance on just your sitting bones. And let's hold it for the chant of 5 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Now slowly relax. Now we're going to work on getting this deeper. You're going to be bringing your hands underneath your shins and doing the same thing. So bringing your legs up in the air, bring your hands clasping under your shins, just your palms under your shins, and hold it here now. Trying to lift your legs up slightly higher. So as you lift your legs higher, you might find that automatically your torso tends to go back. So try to use the force of your hands to pull your torso towards your knees. Keep your back straight and let's hold this again for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Now coming with your legs completely into a straight position as much as you can. What you can do if you need some help is you can get some support for your back, a wall or something, so that you can balance without losing your balance. You can do it without losing your balance. Take support of a wall if needed. And from here, lift your legs up straight. Slowly try to reduce the support of the wall, balancing on your own. In Dhyasana, you'll be visualizing yourself as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. And in Dhyasana, we have a very unique pranayama, which is the Bhastrika Kumbhaka. How you will do the Bhastrika Kumbhaka is quick, rapid, forceful exhalations, sucking your stomach in and up. So the way you will do this is you will not be focusing on the inhalations. You will allow the inhalations to happen naturally, but you will be focusing on the exhalations. Physically feel your stomach getting sucked in and up as you do it. And you're going to be doing this balancing in Dhyasana, clenching your perineum tight in Mula Bandha with the japa of Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in your inner space. Shambhavi Mudra. Although your eyes are open, let your gaze be completely inward. Now doing all of these components together, let's hold here. Remember to do the Bhastrika Kumbhaka in Dhyasana. दो हाथ पग बाहर आने गोड़ा तरे कांक सीठाने अंगुष्ठ पिंडली लगता धरे चरण भय आकाश दिशि करे. And slowly relax. Yes.
With that, we'll now be entering into our next asana, which is Chakrasana 2. In Chakrasana 2, we'll be getting a nice stretch for our hamstring muscles and the various other muscles in our leg. So you can prepare yourself and let us enter into doing Chakrasana 2 now. We'll first be showing you how Chakrasana 2 is done and then enter into the preparatory asanas, stretches and exercises for you to master Chakrasana 2. So in Chakrasana 2, you'll be coming to a lying down position on your back, stretching your legs up straight towards the ceiling and catching your toes with your hands. So this is how Chakrasana 2 is done. You can relax slowly. We'll now be entering into doing Chakrasana 2. How to do Chakrasana 2. So the first stretches we'll be doing to master Chakrasana 2 would be to open up our thighs, our leg muscles, and also a bit of a stretch to our hands. So we'll be doing Gomukhasana 2 first to open up our hands and then enter into opening up our legs. In Gomukhasana 2, you can cross one knee over the other. And now You're going to first take your left hand or right hand, depending on which one is easier, but you can take your left hand first, drop it behind your back, and take your right hand from below, crossing it over around your thigh, around your back, and trying to catch your left hand. Both your palms should be clasped. To get a good idea of this, we can take a back view of how this asana is actually done. You can see how this asana is done. Both the hands are being clasped behind. What this will do is, this will open up all the muscles in your hands, completely preparing your hands to be able to do chakrasana too. You can hold it over there and we'll count for the chant of 5 Mahavakyas. Try to push your hand as deep as possible, holding it. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Slowly relax, loosening out your hands. Now we'll repeat this on the other side. Now lift your right hand behind and drop it behind your back. Taking your left hand from under and clasping both your hands together. If just this clasping is coming very easily, what you can do is slowly walk your hands a little more forward. You can try catching both of your wrists based on how much ever you're able to do. And if you're not able to even catch your hands together, try to at least touch your fingers. If not that also, what you can do is you can take a cloth or a dupatta and hold it, slowly walking your hands on it, trying to bring it as close as possible together. So that will give you the same stretch based on how much ever you are able to hold it. The best would be to catch your hands, giving you the ultimate and deepest stretch. That is, hold over here for another count of 5 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Slowly relax. So that gave us a nice stretch in Gomukhasana too. Now we'll prepare ourselves to do Chakrasana 2 itself. To get a good stretch for us to be able to hold Chakrasana 2, you can stretch one leg out, bringing another leg to your perineum. Over here, bend sideways, catching your toe with your respective hand. You can see this from a side angle too to get a good idea of how this asana is done. It's an advanced variation of Mahamudrasana. So you can bend sideways, lowering your elbow to the ground, lifting your other hand up, your left hand up from above, stretching forward. So this is how Sasana is done. You can get a good stretch over here, hold in Chakrasana 2. Try to catch your toe with both your hands That will give you the ultimate stretch. And hold over here for the count of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly relax. Now you can repeat this stretch on the other side. Stretch your left foot out now. Bring your left foot to your toe. Catch your toe. And stretch your right hand from above, bending to a nice deep back bend. What happens in this asana? You get a deep back. The place where your back is, the sides get a stretch and a little bit to the back also. So when you're doing Chakrasana 2, it will be very easy for you to catch your hands. When you're stretching your hands out and catching your toes, because you've gotten this deeper stretch, it will be very easy for you to do that normal stretch. So catch your toe, bending your elbow to the ground, giving that more deeper stretch, bending from above and holding for the count of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly relax. And that gave us a very good stretch. Now you can come to a lying down position. Stretch one leg out. Can we choose your right leg? Stretch it out. Bending the other leg to your chest. And stretch your hands out, trying to catch that leg. You can stretch both your hands out this time. Both your hands catching your right leg. You can first come by catching it to your knee to start off. To get a good stretch over here, you can first start off by catching your knee. Keeping your legs straight, continue to keep your legs straight, catch your knee first. If you're able to catch your knee, slowly walk your hands up to your shin. Sliding it a little more up to your ankle as much as possible. Catching the middle of your foot with your hands. Come on, try it as much as you can. Make sure the very important part is your knee has to be straight in this asana. When you're doing it, when you're catching your leg, your knee has to be straight. Based on how much ever you're able to catch. If you're able to catch your ankle and keep your legs straight, that's very good. Do not bend your knee to try to catch your toes. If you're able to catch your ankle, that's great. If you're able to catch your toes without bending your knee, that is also good. So do based on how much you're able to catch without bending your leg. Can hold it. A nice stretch you can do is, you can pull your leg a little bit back, giving a deeper stretch. This will help you to Chakrasana 2 very easily. Let us hold over here for the count of 5 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Very good. Now stretch your left foot out, upwards, catching with both your hands. See, pull, you can rock a little bit. Every time you rock, you'll be able to see you're loosening out the muscle. So when you rock yourself, rocking your hands up, bringing them to your foot, or bringing your leg behind and rocking it a bit, that will slowly stretch your muscle out. That's a very important part. As you're doing this asana, take a few deep breaths. First, hold your foot how much ever you can to your knee. Try to bring it to your ankle, at least to your ankle, if not your toes. Over here, take a deep breath first. Then slowly pull it a little more forward or a little more higher. Take another deep breath. Bend it deeper as much as you can. Taking another deep breath. Very good. One more thing you can do over here is this asana is bend your left foot now that you're holding under your right knee. Bend your left foot under your right knee sideways. And pull your holding, catching both your legs, pull it around, bringing it towards your chest. Bring your legs towards your chest in a deep bend over here. This will also help open up your legs a bit, giving a little bit of a warm up to your legs. Hold it and you can rock side to side, giving a little bit of a giving that nice stretch to your legs. Hold over here consciously visualizing, seeing the muscles being bent, activating all those muscles. You can now repeat this on the other side. Bring your right foot inwards, catch with both your hands and rock a bit. So this is just to open up your legs a bit before we enter into chakrasana once. Very good. You can slowly relax. So in chakrasana 2, we are going to be performing the Sahaja Kumbhaka. The Sahaja Kumbhaka is normal breathing. You're going to be inhaling. You're going to be inhaling normally, then exhaling. When you're doing the pranayama, bring that awareness, how the breath is moving through your body. How is that breath moving through your whole body? See it going into your lungs. Each breath, bring that awareness. The moment you bring that awareness, you will see how your breath becomes deep immediately. The moment you bring that awareness, your breath will become deep, more and more deeper. So make sure you do that as you're doing this asana, the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Visualize the various chakras in your body being activated. All the chakras in your body are activated. There is a pure white light, and all in that white light, all the chakras in your body are activated through that white light. That's a very important visualization in this asana. Performing the Mula Bandha as you do this asana, chanting the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam, and performing the Prana Mudra. The Prana Mudra is catching your toes with your middle and index finger. So in this asana, as you see, we are going to be catching our toes upwards in Chakrasana 2. So you'll be performing the Prana Mudra. What you can do is you can take a note and pen or note down all these various mudras we are covering, the pranayamas we are covering, such that you can start to, as and when you're doing each asana, you will know what needs to be done. Now, when you start up doing the asana, it might be hard. Or you might be doing the Kumbhaka first, then you might move to the mudra. You'll be focusing only on one at a time. You'll not be able to do everything at one time. But when you start to by heart the various components, more and more bringing the awareness and doing it, you'll simply be able to see how you'll be able to do all the components together, all the 12 components together at one shot when you're doing the asana. The ultimate, manifesting the ultimate in the asana. So we'll now enter into doing chakrasana 2 together. Come to a lying down position. Stretch your legs up, catching your legs with your hands in Prana Mudra. And let us hold over here as we enter into chanting the Pramana of Chakrasana. बेहाथनी अंगुली ओठी बेबगनाम आंगली पकड़िने सावुंते चक्रासन कहेवायछे. Slowly relax, coming back to a seating position as we enter into our next asana.
The next asana is Gohi asana. Gohi asana is going to be a headstand position where you're going to be balancing on your head and mastering that balance. I'll be first showing you how this asana is done before taking you through step by step into the ways you can master this asana for yourself. In Gohi asana, you'll be placing your head on the ground and lifting your legs up to your hip level. And now the main important part of Gohi asana is bringing your knees to your chin. So this is what we are going to be mastering today. There may be many of you who feel that you can do Gohi asana, but the key part is bringing your knees towards your chin in that position. Let's now see how you can master it for yourself. Come back up to a seated position. Now the first asana we're going to be doing is working on the flexibility. Since in this asana, to be able to bring your chin towards your knees towards your chin, that flexibility of the neck and back needs to be there. And we're going to be mastering this by doing Halipavasana. So bring your legs in front of you. Stretch your hands out in front. But this time when you're coming down, you're going to attempt to bring your chin over your legs. So not your chin on your legs or under your legs, but over your legs. So when you do this, you'll actually feel the stretch, especially in the lower back. Requesting each one of you to try this. Come back up to seated position, bring your legs together. Try to bring your chin over your legs and place your chin on the ground. Let's hold here for the chant of 5 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Now slowly raise up. Coming back to a seated position. There is the first stretch. Now we have to work on strengthening our elbows and arms to hold us in Gohi asana. In Gohi asana, you're going to be balancing on just your elbows and arms, therefore they need to be very strong. So to start off, coming into a plank position, coming into Tarakshvasana and lowering your forearms to the ground, your legs extended out behind. Bring your forearms on the ground. Bring your hips into a completely straight position. So your hips should neither be too high nor too low. As you can see here, your entire body, from your head, from your neck, under your legs, will be in a perfect straight line. So if you put your hips a bit too low, you will see that it starts to go inwards. If you bring your hips up high, then it will be like a mountain position. We do not want either of these. You're going to bring your hips to an exactly a straight line. And this is how you're going to be holding it. Try to even bring your neck up into a straight line and hold here now for the chant of 5 Mahavakyas. You take a moment and then come back into that position, and we're going to be holding it for the chant of 5 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Slowly relax. Come back up to seated position. Take a moment to loosen out your arms now. Rotating them, swinging them around, trying to loosen up your arms a bit. Before we enter into our next strengthening or arm strengthening exercise, the next exercise we're going to be doing to strengthen your arms is Gajasana. Come to Gajasana position, which is keeping your palms and legs on the ground. Lift your hips up as high as you can, keeping your knees straight and your back straight. Now from this position, you're going to try to lower your forehead and upper body towards the ground and raise back up. So in a circular motion, lowering your head and upper body towards the ground and then raising back up. Let's now do this for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. We're going to do 3 sets of 3 Mahavakyas each with a break in between. So start doing Gajasana. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. You feel this deeply in your shoulders. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Slowly relax now. Take a moment's break. Loosening your arms. You can nicely loosen out your arms, moving them forward and back. Roll your shoulders. And let's do Gajasana now for another 3 Mahavakyas chanting. Bring your palms to the ground, lifting your hips up high. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. For those of you who feel that your wrists are very weak, you're not able to constantly do the movement, then just hold it straight in Gajasana as well. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Now slowly relax, taking a last break before we do our last round of Gajasana. You can loosen up your shoulders, rotate them, stretch them nicely, and get back into Gajasana for the last round of 3 Mahavakyas, really strengthening those shoulders to be able to hold you in Gohyasana. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Slowly, very slowly now relax. Now working on the Gohyasana itself. So in Gohyasana, the way you're going to be doing it is you're going to bring your forehead to the ground. Now when your forehead comes to the ground, The next step is you're going to bring your head into your hands and straighten your legs. Try to walk your back up into a straight position. So now you can see here very clearly. You're going to bring your forehead to the ground and you're going to try to bring your back to a straight position. So straighten your legs up and start to walk your legs back. So initially when you start off, you may see that your back will not be straight, it will be completely bent. Here you're going to push your hips back, trying to first bring your back to a completely straight position. So this will be a stretch, but you will see that your back is in a completely straight position. When that happens, your center of gravity will be on your back. Lift one leg off. First, just starting with one leg. So this leg is on the ground, this leg is off, and just try to lift it up. Now in Gohyasana, you will only be holding your legs towards your chest. Again, release your legs. And you can attempt to do it again. So bringing your forehead to the ground. Straighten your legs. Remember, this is important. When you straighten your legs, automatically your hips will be pushed back. And you'll be able to lift it. You'll actually be able to feel the balance. So you'll feel the weight on your elbows and on your hands because you're forming that tripod position. Lifting just one leg first off the ground. And then you can take support if you need of a wall or of a partner to hold your other leg also as you lift it up off the ground. This is the first step of Gohyasana. Let's hold it here for the chant of 5 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. And from here now, try to bring your knees together and lowering it towards your chin. Now remember to maintain your balance while lowering your legs towards your chin. Doing the complete Gohyasana. In Gohyasana, you're going to be visualizing yourself as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, Swamiji in your inner space. For balance, one beautiful way of doing it is to gaze at your nose. The drishti being your nose in Gohyasana. Clench your perineum in the Mula Bandha. Breathing deeply in Sahaja Kumbhaka with a japa of Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in your inner space in Gohyasana. Now bring your forearms to the ground. And start to raise up. Remember to bring your knees towards your chin. दो हाथ की कहूनी जोई पुनः कलाई जाने दोई पिष्टी अंगुरिया की पुन जाने सबले भू पर ठान. Slowly, very slowly relax. Entering into our next asana.
So the next asana we are going to be doing is Malasana. In Malasana, we are again going to be opening up our thighs a lot. Also an arm strength exercise where you're going to be lifting off the ground, and a balance exercise where you're going to need to maintain your balance to stay in the asana. So we'll first show you how to do Malasana before entering into the preparatory asanas and stretches to master Malasana. In Malasana, bring your hands beneath your knees and lift off the ground, balancing over here. Very good. An advanced variation is where you can try to stretch your legs out as much as possible with your hands beneath. So let us now enter into preparing and mastering Malasana for ourselves. The first stretch we are going to be doing in Malasana is to open up our legs. So you'll be entering into Bhadrasana, bringing both your feet to each other. Once you bring both your feet to each other, you might feel it goes a little bit back because it's not yet opened up, your muscles are not yet opened up. So you can place your feet a little bit forward. And start to come into a butterfly like pose, flapping your knees up and down. Then what this will do is it will slowly stretch your muscles, opening them. Do this for some time. Let's do this for the count of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Slowly relax. The next stretch in Bhadrasana is to bring your feet more closer to your perineum, pushing it as much as you can, holding, and again doing the butterfly pose, trying to bring your knees to the ground. It's very important your knees come to the ground. So you can use your hands to push your knees to the ground also. Lift your knees nicely to the ground with your hands. Getting a good deep stretch. Try to bring your legs more closer and closer to your perineum as you do this asana. Very good. One more very important part of asana is to roll your hips forward. You're stretching forward. You're bringing your whole back forward. What this does is, this first of all helps you make sure you're properly sitting on the ground. Second is, if your back is bent, your knees will naturally go up. It will not stay down. Only when your back is straight, when your hips are rolled forward, your knees will go more easily to the ground and you'll come properly into the asana. Hold properly in Bhadrasana. And you can slowly relax from Bhadrasana. The next stretch we'll be doing in Malasana first is to bring that balance to our body. Now, because our legs are on top of our hands, we need a little bit strength also for the hands, and we need that balance. You need some wrist strength, your arm strength to hold your body up, and the balance. So to master all these three in one, we are going to be doing Lolasana. You can bring your hands beside your body. In Lolasana, what you can do is, you can just slowly push yourself up, lifting yourself up, lifting your body up in a Vajrasana position. What this will do is, this will give you the arm strength necessary, the wrist strength necessary, and the balance necessary. You can again hold Lolasana. You can just lift up once or twice and come back down. There are a few tips to do Lolasana, which is to tightly hold your legs together as you do Lolasana, such that they do not fall down. One more thing is, you can put your toe on top of the other leg, one toe of the leg crossed over the other toe to balance a bit, or the leg itself crossed over each other. So it'll help you balance a little more, just to give you a little more of a balance and make sure your legs are both falling to the ground the moment you lift up. Now, one last preparatory asana we're going to do to manifest mastering Malasana and the advanced variation of Malasana is, as you're sitting, you're going to try to lift your legs up in a V position, catching your hands around. This is an advanced variation of Kalyanasana. In Kalyanasana, you're going to try to push your legs facing upwards, bringing your hands behind. So slowly you can first come to this position here with your arms clasped behind. You'll see that the moment you come into this position, your shoulder, all the nuts in your shoulder will break. So you need to break those nuts to stretch open your body. Then you're going to slowly lift your leg and try to face it upwards, such that you get this nice stretch. You can do it again. All this will do is, this will give you literally the same stretch of Kalyanasana just in a sitting position. Of Malasana, it will give you the same stretch of Malasana in a sitting position in Kalyanasana. So if you fall back, that's not a problem. You can just come back, keep some support. One more thing you can do is you can keep a few blocks, yoga blocks or anything you need beside you for some support. And the aim is to push the legs out. Try to push it as much as possible upwards. This will give you a very deep stretch. A very, very deep stretch this will give you. So hold and push, push, push. Very nice. Slowly relax. So that gave us a very good stretch to master Kalyanasana, to master Malasana. And now we will enter into doing Malasana together. In Malasana, you will visualize yourself as an offering of a flower garland, the Mala, to Paramashiva. You'll be performing the pranayama of the Sahaja Kumbhaka, which will be, as we saw in the previous asana also, inhale deeply and exhale deeply. Just a normal breathing, very powerful pranayama for doing this asana. The bandha will be the Mula Bandha, which is just sealing your perineal floor. You'll be chanting the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam and performing the Shambhavi Mudra, which is turning your awareness inwards. So let us now enter into doing Malasana. You're going to be practicing doing Malasana for a round of 3 to 4 sets before we enter into chanting the Pramana along with doing Malasana. So let us now enter into doing Malasana together. Come, place your hands on the ground, lift your knees above your hands, and hold up in Malasana. So you'll hold it for 5 seconds, come back down. Then you'll again rock up for the next set and come back down. 3, 2, 1. Ekam, Dve, Trini, Chatvari, Pancha. And slowly relax. Now let us try to hold it for 10 seconds. Ekam, Dve, Trini, Chatvari, Pancha, Shat, Sapta, Ashta, Nava, Dasha. Slowly relax. In Malasana, you can try one thing. You can loosen out your wrists. Based on where your body needs to be loosened out, you can loosen out. One more thing you can try in Malasana is now to cross your legs when you lift up. Try to see if you can cross your legs when you lift up. Cross your legs and lift up. Ekam, Dve, Trini, Chatvari, Pancha. Slowly relax. So that is giving us a very good stretch and a very good exercise in Malasana. Try to hold up now for as long as you can in Malasana for this next set just before we enter into doing together. And now when you lift up, try to straighten your legs out as much as you can in Malasana. This will give a very good stretch and a much advanced variation of Malasana. So try to straighten your legs out in Malasana here, holding it in a V position, V-like position. Very good. We'll now enter into doing Malasana together. Prepare yourself to enter into Malasana. हस्ताभ्याम् अवनिमवष्टभ्य स्कन्धयोजानुनि संस्थाप्य पार्ष्णिं पुरसि निधाय तिष्ठेत् मालासनं भवति. And with that, we'll be entering into our last asana for today.
So that is Saptarishi Asana. Saptarishi Asana is going to be a powerful asana where you're going to be opening up your thighs very powerfully and very strongly, opening up your thighs in a very deep stretch. First, let's see how this asana is done once. In this asana, you'll be bringing your legs outside your armpits and bringing your hands towards your head. So this is how you'll be doing Saptarishi Asana. Let's now see step by step how you can master this too. So in Saptarishi Asana, first step is of course Bhadrasana. Now the only main thing about Saptarishi Asana is opening up your hips as wide as you can. That is the only main stretch that you will be getting. All the other components are actually much easier, the balance and the bringing your hands to your head, but it is the hips that need to open very wide for you to be able to bring your legs into your armpits. So let's start off in Bhadrasana, but this time you're going to be keeping a block in between your legs. You're going to be keeping something wide in between your legs so that you can open your Bhadrasana up even more. Try to bring your heels towards your perineum. Keeping some thick object that will not bend, will not get crushed in between your legs. Now here you're going to rock your knees up and down, trying to bring your knees towards the ground. Again, remember, lean forward, keeping your body forward, not backward, trying to bring your toes towards the ground as much as you can. Let's rock the knees up and down now for a count of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Now slowly relax. Take a few seconds to stretch out your legs and loosen them. As we enter into our next stretch for opening up our hips, this one we're going to be doing a variation of Garudasana 4. So come to a seated position in between your heels and try to bring your heels completely outside your hips. From this position, spread your knees also wide apart and bring your entire torso to the ground in between your knees. Now remember, here there are a few important steps. One is your hips have to remain on the ground. So your hips should not raise up off the ground. And your torso has to be completely flat. And from here, now if you feel that this is too easy for you, you're able to do it. Try to to spread your feet a little bit further away from your hips. Trying to bring your feet further away from your hips a little bit. Keep trying that and holding here now. Stretch your hands out straight. Make sure your entire torso is flat on the ground. Your knees are only outside and your feet are even outside your knees. You will find this gives you a very, very deep stretch in your hips. And the key is now to hold it for the chant of 5 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Now slowly relax and come back up. Perfect. Let's now attempt to do Saptarishi Asana, first starting with one leg. Bring just your right leg and try to bring it behind your armpit to start off. Pulling it behind your shoulder. It starts with one leg. Here, now the goal is you're going to try to straighten your torso. So the minute you put it behind, you'll find that your torso leans towards one side. You're going to try to consciously straighten that out. Because that is how you will be able to master Saptarishi Asana. Slowly going, chanting the Mahavakya for the chant of 3 times, trying to straighten out your torso. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. And relax the left leg. Repeating this on the right leg now. Pull it into your armpit, pushing down. You can do the opposite leg now, bringing it behind your shoulder, pushing it out, trying to bring your torso into a straight position. So you'll find automatically your body bent to one side. Try to consciously bring it to a straight position, chanting the Mahavakya 3 times. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Now, it's time for us to enter into Saptarishi Asana itself. Try to bring both your legs behind your shoulders. So you first bring your first leg and then without losing balance, slowly bringing the other leg. Keep your palms on the ground to balance. Now from here, you're going to slowly try to gain your balance and bring your hands behind your head. In Saptarishi Asana. In Saptarishi Asana, you're going to be visualizing yourself as the Saptarishis, the 7 greatest sages of Hinduism, the greatest masters. You're going to be visualizing yourself as the Saptarishi, gazing at your nose in this asana. Doing the Santa Kumbhaka, visualizing the prana vayu being inside and outside the body simultaneously as you're breathing. Clenching your perineum in the Moola Bandha, doing the Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam and the Shambhavi Mudra. The awareness turned completely inwards in Saptarishi Asana. दो पग की पग थली तीन के लाके जू सोय दो कहानी मैला धरे नासा दृष्टि समोय. And slowly relax. Now we'll be moving into the Shivasana. Come to a lying down position with your legs extended straight, your hands by your side, palms facing upwards. Do the Shakti Chalan Mudra, intensely feeling the energy of Paramashiva flowing through your body. Breathe in and out deeply. Visualizing yourself as Paramashiva in Samadhi, feel the intense Kundalini energy traveling throughout your body in the Shakti Chalan Mudra. Do the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in your inner space. your hands and legs. Then rock yourself up into a seated position. Congratulations to each and every one of you who successfully completed today's Nithyananda Yoga. We had some amazing breakthroughs. Please do share with us how your experience was in the comment section below, which asanas you found helpful, where you had a breakthrough, and if there were any places you struggled, you wanted a little bit more help to master it, you can share that as well, and we'll definitely cover it in a further session. Also, to learn more about why you need to do yoga, because yoga is not just something you do for health. It's not something you do for a stretch. There is a whole science behind yoga that is revealed by Swamiji. You can check out the link in the description below, the link to a webinar on why you need to do yoga and why it's so much different from any other type of exercise. Also, do not miss the opportunity to join the Paramashiva Sena program, 30-day free program happening and in December, starting December 1st. Do not forget to miss out on that. Do not forget about it. Just sign up for it. We'll be projecting the link at the end to experience yourself as a living ambassador of Paramashiva. So with that, let us offer our gratitude at Swamiji's feet and end with the Purna Mantra.
Om
Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Paduka Pranamastu Om Nithyanandam. Thank you everyone, Nithyanandam, and hope to see each and every one of you joining us tomorrow for the live Nithyananda Yoga session.